I'm picturing Doug Walker and his. Yeah, I do mean that. You know what? Might as well watch this. If you watch this, glare in your face to be better than the 2 hour and 13-minute bullshit movie that this is. I'm going to say this. Number one, thank you to Isaiah for the request, the paid request. I do say any requests, any videos, feel free either directly to my PayPal or join me on my Patreon. If I'm mad at someone, it's Doug Walker and the people who made this stupid ass movie. But I will also say this. This is the second Doug Walker film I've reviewed. It will be the last. I do not want to ever watch another one of his fucking movies again. I mean, yeah, of course, if it's some insane amount of money, sure, because I'm not stupid. If it's a big sum of money, I'll take it. But if it's not, I'll just return the money. Because I saw and ranted on To Bully Flea, which was almost 4 fucking hours long, and one of the worst fucking films I've ever seen. And I did a rant on that. It's on the channel. This thankfully wasn't almost 4 hours. If it was, I would say this was fucking worse. But it's only 2 hours and 13 minutes because apparently Doug can't find someone called an editor. And this one, again, you want to hear my thoughts on To Bully Flea? That review's on the channel. He asked for a live stream commentary. I did that, and it was tough to sit through. I fucking fell asleep, and by the end, I was getting pissed. For a good chunk of it, I was bored. Then by the end, I was getting so pissed that I was snapping, and not snapping, really not at the people in the chat. I'm snapping at this excuse of a comedy, because the first 2/3 of this film is boring and stupid, and the third of this last 30 minutes was insulting. It was offensive to me in the sense of comedy and hypocritical as fuck. And I'll explain why in a minute. And I'm trying to avoid this fucking light. So what do I mean by that? Fuck it. What do I mean by that? This is an anthology film with a couple stories, I guess, about the internet. Doug Walker, I mean, it's his whole fucking fault. But it's technically, he just directed the first one, which was about some fucking guy who plays Skyrim, but they didn't call it Skyrim because they didn't want to get sued. So it's called something else. And this guy, apparently if you play Skyrim, you're a fucking loser. Apparently if you play Skyrim, you're jerk off, and you only care about the game, and you don't care about anybody else. So you're just playing the game, not paying attention to his fucking wife, in bed, wanting to fuck his brains out. So it makes me hate the fucking main character. And then one day, a character from the game comes out, and that's played by Doug Walker and his stupid Prince Valiant wig. And it's just him walking around with our lead character and gets the job that the lead character has, and people start liking him more than our lead guy. And this is my first time viewing it. You don't believe me? Check out the stream. I was predicting shit before it even fucking happened. I predicted, oh, this is the point where the girl's gonna dump the lead guy, and then 5 minutes later it happened. And then, oh well, I bet he's gonna get the job and replace the lead guy at his job, and then 15 minutes later it fucking happened. Jokes? there's a goose on the road, but they say it's a geese. There's a wild herd of geese, but there's one fucking bird. We can't get around this, but it's only one fucking bird because apparently that's all they can fucking afford. I've seen found footage films with bigger budgets than this and funnier than this, which is funny because they're meant to be horror, most of them. And he kills the bird, and then, oh, how did you make this? Oh, I washed it in your ivory bowl or whatever, aka the toilet. You're a douchebag. This bag with the douche in it. If I drink it, does it replenish my health? What fucking stupid jokes. Apparently in this film, comedy is against the fucking law. So Dud Walker and his Prince Valiant hair tearing on the fucking sword. He gets the lead guy's job. The lead guy's just being a dick, won't put down the fucking game, thinks that if he beats the game, it'll put that character back into the game. How the fuck does he know that? There's been no proof of that, but he still continues being a complete other fucking douche. So guess you're not supposed to like your lead character. It's funny, Dud Walker shits on stuff like the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, all this various stuff. And granted, that's his opinion. Hell, I have unpopular opinions. So can he. But the fact that he makes these bullshit movies is the reason why he should not fucking criticize anything again. Because I might not have made movies, but I haven't made any 2, 3, 4 hour shitty movies. At least in my opinion. Compared to fucking him. So I may be a 0, but he's a negative fuck. Hypocritical fuck. I'll get to that. So yeah, it ends with the fucking guy going to the fucking game, the lead guy, dressed up in red hair as if he's fucking Scarlet from G.I. Joe, while Dud Walker is the guy, he's now working the lead guy's job, wanting Big Macs at McDonald's. And then the guy comes back with the bag. I swear to God, the bag is even fucking McDonald's. Maybe I'm wrong. But then I'm like, wait a minute, you can't even afford a bag of McDonald's? Maybe it was. And I just getting so bored my mind couldn't see straight. Now I'm trying to remember all the stories. One story was completely, utterly fucking pointless. It was some guy with a ponytail that looks as if he's a wannabe Josh from the Blair Witch Project. I'm like, any minute now, he's going to go into the Black Hills and get fucking kidnapped, and someone's going to find his fucking teeth in a goddamn bandana piece of shirt, whatever the fuck it was. And then he talks with a couple people. This fucking phone that doesn't work finally gets to work. Then this alien says something we're going to take over the world. And then it cuts to random people saying that their cats have been stolen. And news feed where it's a lot of cat puns of meow and cat fucking pictures. And then the aliens are these 3 guys in annoying fucking accents with shitty makeup that probably costs $1.09 discount, being over the top and hammy, going, oh, the lactose fluid, or whatever the fuck they said. Lactose fluid, what the fuck? Oh, we can't do anything with this. And then they just return the cats. And then the end. What the fuck? If this is a anthology on the internet, what the fuck does that have to do with the goddamn internet? Hell, what the fuck did the first one have to do with the internet? The first one dealt with video games, not the internet. It dealt with video games. You want to be Skyrim. Not the fucking internet. And how the fuck did this deal with the fucking internet? You saw it on the internet. That's about it. Just this is for free on YouTube. It's 2 hours and 13 minutes. Because again, Del Walker doesn't know something called editing. Brad Jones directed his segment. Out of all of them, I would say that's the best one, the most tolerable. But I like Brad Jones. I don't always agree with his stuff, but I like a lot of his videos. Cinema Snob, Midnight Screenings. When his Brad Tries series of videos, I liked Brad Jones a lot. And I would say of all the actors, he's the best. The story actually made a little bit sense with the theme about the internet, because it was about two of his buddies, this time Brian and Jake, Angry Jake, each trying to make a video to get viewers. And Brian has this fake Dracula outfit persona to try to get hits, and the other guy tries to do this goofy stuff with space stuff. And then it just went on for long and long and longer. And then it had this tangent where Brad Jones and Jared playing the Messiah, they're talking about stock footage. And I'm going, this could easily be cut out, but whatever. And then it goes back to our story. And then you have this other guy, I think it's Dave, but he's called the Rickhead. Which is funny, someone said he looks like Steven Dorff. I'm like, I never thought about that. Yeah, but he does look like Steven Dorff. And he's one of the best actors in the movie, because his stuff was actually decent. Actually, that one of the few chuckles I got out of this fucking over 2 hour pain of torture. And, you know, I would put this on the list of worst movies of all time, this and To Boldly Flee, but the more I think about it, are they even movies? They're extended YouTube videos. Is that really a movie? Can I really call these movies? That's the thing, like, can I really call these films? To Boldly Flee in this one. I don't care for Doug Walker. I don't care for his skits. I never cared for his skits. I thought they were always unfunny, boring, overrated. I never understood his hype. I never understood his popularity, and I never fucking will. But going back to this, of the stories, it's the most tolerable, but still. Then again, some fucking guy, I don't know who the fuck he was, has a story about internet dating, and I said on the stream, wow, this one's so shitty, even I could have made it. This story's so shitty, I could have done it, because it's just type it on a computer, or a shot over here where he's looking at the computer. I could fucking do that with this. Put the computer here, put the webcam there. Saying random stuff. Has one Skype call with someone that looks like a fucking guy in white makeup, but he says it's a girl. Then, oh, I'm gonna go on a date, and I'm driving. I get to a date, and it's fucking Film Brain. Another guy I never liked and thought was annoying as piss on a face. I say nails on a chalkboard, but that's a term overused. It's as annoying as babies crying in the movie theater. That's how fucking annoying it was. More annoying than that. Fucking hell, man. And then, like, I don't know where the funny is. A lot of times I'm like, where the fuck's the funny? Where's the funny? I feel like Indiana Jones searching for the fucking humor of the Covenant. But it's too lost. It's gone, McCready. It's fucking gone. It's lost. Christ. Oh, another random thing. In the first story, at the very end of the first story, like during the end credits of Doug Walker's, that video game, the guy with the sword, some guy in a fucking I'm a Paul Heyman guy t-shirt is just sitting there, and then references Back to the Future. 1.21 kilowatts, and I got this letter from 1850. What? Christ. Oh, and then there's this host every once in a while, wrap around, that looks like, as someone said, Rob Zombie's fucking brother. Yeah, it's Billy Bob Zombie or something, with the fucking paint on it around his eyes, a top hat as if he's a wannabe creepier version of Charlie of the Chocolate Factory, with a purple people eater shirt. And so by this point, I'm like, this is boring. I know my commentary was boring. I know I'm not the funniest guy. That's why I wouldn't make a fucking movie. I know enough not to make a fucking movie because I know my limitations. Just a wise man once said, a man's got to know his limitations. But the thing with the internet, most people don't realize that. But I know I have my limitations. I have a lot of limitations. And a man's got to know his limitations. But apparently for someone like Doug Walker, he fucking doesn't. But hey, he's rich and famous and does his shit for a living, so obviously he knows more than I do. I'm just some fucking yokel redneck talking in a fucking webcam with a shitty lighting. So what the fuck do I know, right? Whatever. I'm still gonna be honest. Just fuck it. I'm allergic to this bullshit. So I was bored and I was like, oh man, I fall asleep. And then we got to the last one and it offended the fuck out of me. Because for the last 20-30 minutes, the last segment is a fucking lecture about online bullying. And talking about how you have to be careful because there's pedophilia out there. And you gotta be careful how you treat people. And then news clippings. A 12-year-old girl who hung herself because of something on Facebook or whatever. And this person. I'm thinking, this would be if I made the movie Airplane. And then 2/3 is silly and goofy. And then the last third of the film became 9/11. Times 11. That would be like if I made Beverly Hills Cop. And then in the third act, it became the movie Seven. Where Judge Reinhold and I'm so pissed off I can't remember his name. He was in Midnight Run. They fucking find Axel Foley's head in a fucking box. This would be like me making the Garfield review I did. And at the end of that review, the last 5 minutes was a serious dead on arrival topic about there's real people out there that murder cats and they film it on the internet and we need to find them, and some fucking PSA dead serious. That would be like if I made the ending of Clerks, where the original ending was Dante getting shot and killed to dead fucking silence. And they knew, yeah, that's not the ending to have for your fucking movie. If it did, it wouldn't become what it is today. But at least someone knew how tone deaf that was. They don't in this movie. The first 2/3 of this film is silly, goofy, stupid, boring, trying to be funny. And then the last third of the last 30 minutes of the film is this female narration, a few people like Linkara, Phaelus, Upstairs Looper talking about the dangers, the dark side of the internet, and bullying, and online bullying, and how you can't be mean on the internet, and don't be mean in the comments section. You know what that's called? It's called parenting. Parenting. How about the fucking parents Either you pull out and you don't have a fucking kid, or if you do have a fucking kid, you talk to them. You actually sit down and talk. You know what you do if you're being bullied online? You get this and you close it out and you close your fucking computer and you go into this thing called the real fucking world. Sometimes you need to get your fucking phone and you need to shut it off. Shut your fucking phone off. Shut your fucking computer down. You can do it. Trust me. And that's what also parents should maybe teach kids. Don't worry about them. They're nobody. They're this and that. Why the fuck are you even bringing any of this up in a comedy anthology? That would be like if Kentucky Fried Movie ended with a Serbian film. That would be like if Amazon Women on the Moon ended with fucking Martyrs or the Human fucking Centipede. And also, it's really hypocritical coming from that guy with the glasses. This is the same group of people that they're not in this movie, granted, but one of them was a sexual predator called Juwario that some of the people fucking knew about and didn't say shit. Or what about all these people? Oh, online bullying is wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Some of you motherfuckers are talking shit to one person and the other. What the fuck do you think changed the channel was? Them talking shit to Doug Walker, blah, 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 blah. I know that Allison, Upstairs Lupa, and then Brad Jones had a falling out, and they had a fucking over your Facebook, Twitter stuff. And everyone gets in their group, and everyone fucking and either backstab each other or call each other shit with this family, which is bullshit. That's a fake family. You know what my real family is? Michael CP, Michael Keane, Fabio, John, Effrey, and so many other people out there. I know I'm leaving a lot of people out. I apologize. There's good people like Wildman Beyond and Studio Red Band and Mario, and that's not even mentioning, people like Scott and Lucas and DJ and multiple other people. But I'm talking about like the people I've talked to the most on since way back in the day. Like Mike, Effrey, Michael Keane, John, Fabio, Aaron, hopefully if he ever comes back again. Fabio, a lot of people, man. I feel like TC Jones in the first TMNT, Elias Kokias, family, you call this a family? Maybe because I'm looking at that, which is a book on the history. Much better than the definitive documentary. Go find that book. The Ultimate Visual History. Much better than the bullshit documentary they had, but anyway, another thing. But yeah, this is fucking... That just offended me. As someone who... Yeah, I've made videos that a handful of people have laughed. So maybe I know this big of a pinky of my fingernail. Well, if you see the fingernail from there, that big of comedy. That's the amount of knowledge I have. About, if you see the fingernail of my pinky, that's how big that is. That's how much I know about comedy. Not much of shit. But even I know that you don't have 2/3 of your fucking movie try to be silly, goofy, and then, oh, here's online bullying and be careful, pedophilia, and then, 12-year-olds they hung themselves, and I'm like, Do you know the definition of tone deaf? They're probably so fucking stupid they think I'm talking about a fucking rapper. Tone deaf? Yeah, I heard his album last year. What, you think I'm talking about tone low? No, tone deaf. You fucking ass clowns. Thankfully, Brad Jones was not in that last segment. Maybe deep down he knew this was fucking stupid. Or he was too busy directing his own thing. Which his thing, didn't really care for, but was the least offensive. And least worst of anything. Because Brad Jones has a little bit of talent compared to these other motherfuckers. I've never been a fan of Phaelus. Never been a fan of Upstairs Lupa. Never been a fan of Linkara. Never been a fan of Film Brain. Never been a fan of fucking Angry Joe. He was not in this at all, but he's a guy that some of his video game reviews are fun, but movie reviews, no. I mean, this is a guy that gave Child's Play remake like 2, 3 out of 10, but Men in Black International like 7 out of 10. And he has a right to do that, but I have the right to be like, nah, I disagree with that. No, thank you. Hey. But Angry Joe, honestly, to be truthful, I'll take them over some of these other fucking people. I really have no ill will against Angry Joe. I have no ill will against Brad Jones. Spoonie, back in the day I liked, but now he's off the fucking deep end and been in depression land for like 10 years. So, whatever. But he wasn't in this. Probably too busy being more depressed, sadly. On a tangent, that's sad. That guy will never get better. It seems like he never wants to get better. And you can't force someone to do that. So, what can you do? But yeah, this movie pissed me off. At first I'm like, I don't know, this movie's really boring and lame. But then when it got to the third act, it's giving me a lecture about online bullying. Don't do this, don't do this, and this will lead to little girls hating themselves. Here's a news clipping of it, and it'll lead to pedophilia. I'm like, your movie begins with Doug Walker in a Prince Valiant hair wig, with a fucking sword, talking about douchebags, and putting the fucking, it's not turkey, but goose, whatever the fuck, in a goddamn toilet, or as he calls the ivory bath, or whatever the fuck. And you're ending with this? Which even then, if people want to see something serious, they're not going to watch 2/3 of goofy, boring shit. And if they want to watch the goofy shit, they don't want to watch some dark, like, depressing shit for your finale. Again, this would be like having an anthology where, again, okay, imagine an anthology where one story was like Airplane, one was like The Big Lebowski, one was like, think of a comedy, Jumanji, and then the last story was Gutter Balls, or a Serbian film, or no, not even that, about real life stuff. That's what it'd be, because the last story was about real life stuff. It wasn't even a story, it was about real life stuff. I can't think of another anthology that fake story, and the last story is a real story. Even in a horror film. Can you imagine a horror film where fake story and then the last one is a real story about a real person that died, and you see them, and this guy still gets shit made. Like, he had enough fucking money, whether it be donations, super chats, Kickstarters, Indiegos, how the fuck he makes the money to make shit like this. You're right, goddamn right, I'm fucking jealous. I am fucking jealous. And all this bubbling in my brain while I was doing the stream, and I was getting pissed off, and people were asking me questions, and they're just being nice and kind. I'm like, they're just fucking. And that's why I'm like, I have to go, because I feel like I'm going to snap at someone in the chat, and they're not doing anything wrong, and they haven't done anything wrong. I need to leave. I'm offended. I'm pissed off, and I'm fucking jealous that they're able to do shit like this. This unfunny, horribly written, vacuum void of humor. And then to end with this, not only turn to the serious dark truth of the internet, but then being so goddamn hypocritical considering the source. Considering the fucking source. Like, you guys are the ones that talk. Well, I've said before, everybody's a hypocrite. Everybody. Yet again, this proves it. Fuck this movie. See you guys later. Fuck this flick.